Hey, we gonna party tonight or what?
Yeah, we are gonna party.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Hey, Lashy Kids and Drive-In Mutants. Welcome to episode 2 of the Guilty Pleasure Gang, and I am joined by, let me bring everybody in at the same time, because I'm not fancy like that. I don't know how to do I don't know how to do the one by one just yet. So tonight with me, I have Tracker Chaos. How are you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Pretty good. LD is here.
Hey, Lady Sasha. Happy to be back here.
Yes. How was your show? I know just recently you had another show.
It went well. I was very happy with it. Thank you.
Good. Master Chaos is here.
Hey, everybody. I'm excited to talk greasy genitals today. It's going to get disgusting, and I apologize in advance.
And, of course, Rainbow Fright is with us.
Hello. Hope everybody's having a good evening.
Very, very well. And Julian is here, and he also has a new moniker, Dark Master Campfire? Dark Matter.
Dark Matter.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
What is the Dark Matter Campfire? Is that a magical place to visit?
It's remember where all the grease was coming from that you were putting on all your food? That's where it comes from. It cooks right there, and you get to put it on all your hot dogs, on all your pancakes. It's yummy.
That's not right.
Fantastic.
And let me shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with me, because you guys know I'm fashionably late. You know, I couldn't come on here without finding the perfect pink wig. Although this was a last minute decision. It's a last minute decision because I didn't have a pink turtleneck. I wanted to wear a pink turtleneck so bad. One day I'm gonna cosplay as the son's girlfriend, because that outfit is amazing and hideous at the same time.
I like the shoulders,
Yes.
broad shoulders.
So with us tonight we have Mr. Tony the Dead, who says, I'm going live at 8:02, but mine will be quick. I'll join the chat as soon as I'm done. All right, we will see you in a little bit.
Thanks, Tom.
Brandon B says, face turquoise covering eyes. That kind of sounds like that test that they made Trump do, where you had to name 4 things. I'm not sure what that means.
It was a weird emoji. I actually saw it earlier. I was like, what emoji is that? I don't even know what it is.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah, now that I think of it that way, yeah, I can see the emoji.
Yeah.
Tony Man says, no sweat. Speaking of emojis, King Gore is here. He is lighting up, and I can't see that emoji's too small for me to see it. I don't know what it is.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
It's a
But
cigarette and
definitely-
a guy in a hat.
I don't know what the hat is for, but definitely spark one up for me. Mr. Dan and Har says, hello, these movies look wild. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
Rainbow Price is wild is an understatement. Okay. Everybody's been in the chat. Wow. Very cool. Hey, gang.
This is late. We're already live, so you can skip.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrence is here. He says, let me put him up on the screen there. I haven't seen Terrence in a minute. I hope you're doing well. He says, hello, all thumbs up. And I'm going to skip down. Heroic. Page reloaded. I hate when that happens when I'm in the middle of reading something. There it is. Heroic Waffles. That's a new person. Welcome. They say, hey, everyone.
It's good to see you, Heroic. Thanks for hanging in, man.
And keep saving those waffles.
Yes. King Gore says, yes. And Tony says, shout out to the Austin 316 t-shirt. Oh, is that Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt? I didn't even notice that. All right.
What a dork.
I could tell you some wrestling stories. I sat second row ringside and saw Mick Foley take a chair to the face. He didn't even put his arm up. He took it dead to the face.
Yeah, that's how you take it.
Had Triple H come out
Foley was
and
freaking crazy.
Triple H splashed the juices from his hair on the first couple rows.
Ew.
I was
Did you
not
get
ready
juices
for
on
that.
you? Were you juiced by him?
Yes,
Greasy?
we were juiced.
No.
I don't know. I blocked it out. It was traumatic. King Gore has hot dogs now.
Disgusting.
Oh, Terrence says Lady Shastra for president. If I was president, number one thing would be national weed just available, like the way you can go in the store and buy Red Bull.
Yeah, right.
That's
We
the way.
started saying
it. Yeah. Very first thing on the agenda. Then healthcare.
There you go. It's part of health.
Okay, hang on. One more. I'll shout out to Ragnar666. Sorry if I'm skipping some of you guys. If you already posted and I read your post, I'm just kind of skipping through so that we can get started, because it's not your fault, my fault, because I had some technical difficulties and we're a little bit late. But let's get into which one you guys want to start with. Are we starting with the Greasy Strangler or Bunny the Killer thing?
Let's do the Bunny the Killer thing and end with Strangler. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Ditto.
Okay, did you guys happen to see at the last minute I made a TikTok out of part of my review that I had previously done?
I actually
that,
saw
yeah.
your whole reviews, the whole thing
cool.
before you posted them, or I guess about the same time, because I watched your reviews today, actually.
Oh, cool. So you see how far I've come, because the one for the Greasy Strangler, the lighting is bad, the audio is bad. It's very early YouTube.
Yeah. You've improved a whole lot. It's awesome.
Yes, I'm still working on it. I'm going to get better.
Amen.
Here we go. This is what I said. Part of what I said. He reaches the cabin of our main protagonist, in which there are 4 more people. Bring our potential victim count to 15. But wait, there's more. Add 2 police officer characters, and now we have 17 people. This movie is so over the top. The Bunny Killer thing likes to twirl his meat while yelling about there's
Yeah.
a decent amount of male frontal nudity, and I'm not mad at that. There's also some gross out moments, like when a person has just vomited and then they proceed to kiss someone else right in the mouth without rinsing their mouth or brushing their teeth or anything after vomiting. That was disgusting. What I liked most about this movie is the gore. The kills were varied. I don't think there was any two kills that were alike. There was dismemberment. There were eyeballs being plucked out, we'll say, shotgun blast to the head, and lots of blood. The blood looked great. You know how I am about blood. The blood Goldilocks, not too thin, not too thick, not too light, not too dark. This blood looks very realistic. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. So, TC, would you like to begin?
Sure, yeah.
What'd you think?
Bunny the Killer Thing. Okay, I went into both these movies completely blind. I had no idea what they were about, nothing. But I'd heard about Greasy Strangler. But anyways, with the bunny, I thought at first, oh, it's some kind of really cheapy, crazy mutant bunny horror thing. All right, that's cool. And then the camera panned down, and like I didn't know that was gonna happen. But whatchamacallit? But the one of the cool things was I didn't realize, or unique things for me anyways, that it was both in English and Finnish, right?
Mhm.
I believe
Yeah.
Finnish, and it helped me practice my Finnish because I understood the whole thing. No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
And,
So now you can move to Finland. You can survive there.
Yeah.
It was actually in 3 languages. It was English, Finnish, and Swedish at times.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, was
that's
it?
right. So
Oh.
yeah. So that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. I agree that the kills were really good. And it was really, really weird. I mean, I guess it's the culture too, because or in this particular case, also the sexual culture in those areas, because it's like, I don't know, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Like the way that I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. But it was enjoyable.
It's my understanding that they set out to try to push the envelope as far as possible. The makers of the film did.
Oh, yeah, it was pushed.
Yeah.
It was mailed.
What did you think, LD?
Well, first of all, thank you for posting your review, the review that you did initially, because I came in here so worried that I watched the wrong version of the film.
There's another version?
Apparently there is.
You watched the one with you watched the one with Daniel Radcliffe, right?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I watched.
Yeah.
No,
that's
because
the
when I
Stick out
searched
and
for it,
everything.
apparently there's like an updated version of the film, and so I wasn't quite sure which one. But now I know I watched the right version.
Mm-hmm.
Like TC said, I also went into this. I went into both films completely blind, not knowing anything about them, and I got to say I had fun with this film. It was on a whole new level of weird. My assumption was that this is a mutant bunny that kills people, but it doesn't. It does what we know all bunnies do. To the point where it gets weird, to the point where it even has some shots where it's the POV of the bunny's junk. And and I'm like, okay, great. This is a movie that I can have some fun with. And it's also kind of weird that there's a lot that's not explained, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but we know that the mutant bunny is some writer who went to write in the cabins with, I guess, his wife, and then he gets abducted and he gets this serum injected into him. We don't know why they did that. At least I don't think it's really clear on why they did
They said it. You didn't understand?
No.
Well, maybe that was a part in Finnish, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? The moment the bunny bursted in and said, "Who's got bigger dicka?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm having fun tonight. I'm having some fun tonight." So yeah, this was. I would say this was a delightfully weird film. I really had a lot of fun. The only one character I did not like was, I guess he's like the little brother or something like that. The kid who is just like masturbating all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. And there was a part where he holds up a weapon and they just go for it. They just put a light behind him, like, oh, you can fight now. And it's like, okay, great. So, yeah, this was a fun film. I had fun. I enjoyed the weirdness of this film. A lot of times it's hit or miss for me, but this was a good hit for me. So, yeah, had fun.
Okay, I'm going to go to Julian next. What did you think?
Oh, that you know, I do want to say that when you said last Guilty Pleasures that you're going to pick movies with more meat in them.
Yes.
I told my wife about it. She's like, I love that. When I told her that you delivered, she's like, give her a high five for me. Tell her I'm proud of her. Good job. This movie, it was fun in that there was a lot of kills. It was fun that it was just action packed. It was just like, you know, they kept going with it. The only thing I couldn't get over was how much they leaned on pussy and on, you know, like
I had no issues with that. That was the best part of the story.
Hey, you like chocolate ice cream, I like vanilla, but you know, I don't know. It's like, it was fun. It was a fun movie. It was just a hard thing for me to get around. The kills were fun. They were creative. I really like Vincent getting his neck blasted out by a beer can crossbow. I mean, you know, it's his beer. He got blasted with his own beer. It was poetic. The girl who was sexually assaulting Sarah while she was asleep, like she got her comeuppance too. She was being a total jerk about it.
I love how they subverted expectations with that, because you expect that it's going to be one of the guys that assaults her, and it's actually a woman that assaults her. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not that essay is cool. I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying the subversion of expectations. You have to be very, very clear.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
The story is everybody can rape, and not just. You know?
It's universal.
All rape equally.
It's universal.
Yeah.
We're all one people. You know, we can all rape. We're all jerks.
Right.
Yes, I remind you that I live in Florida, home of the teachers who bone their sixth graders.
Yeah.
The education
water down
system.
here.
No. But I will say that I really liked that the cops never made it.
Yeah.
They just never made it. It's not like they got there, they fought, and they were killed by the guy. Like, they just didn't even make it. They were like, oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
Out of the two, it wasn't my favorite, but I had fun watching it.
Definitely. Rainbow Fright, what are your thoughts?
So yeah, I agree with pretty much a lot of what everybody's already said. It was a good time as far as the kills go, because it was immediate and it just kept going and they were creative. I really loved that head blast off at the very start. And even though, I wasn't a huge fan of seeing dudes' meat just swinging around all the time.
Neither was I.
You were texting me about it all day. You're like, yeah.
It is nice to see like some people get what they deserve, you know, with his weapon of choice. The one character who I really was irritated with, well, I guess two actually, was the young boy who was obsessed with Emma, and then the girl who killed the squirrel and assaulted homegirl. She was just evil, and but there were also other folks who died who deserved it, and it was satisfying seeing them die. And then you did feel for those who did die, because they had sweet relationships, like the couple, the young girl and the guy whose car broke down, the Asian dude. And then I also liked the relationship between Mr. White and Mr. Black, because that was also subverting expectation and just kind of like endearing, even though it seemed like it was kind of weird. And just the whole multicultural aspect of the movie, I just really liked about it. So that was fun, and decent cinematography for such a ridiculous, low budget film. They did a good job putting it together, although it's not something that I would necessarily recommend to folks unless they were the type to like this kind of movie. But yeah, it's not something I would gravitate towards, and not likely that I'll watch it again anytime soon, but I'm glad that I was exposed to it. So thank you, Lady Shasha.
Exposed to it.
To put it
like,
mildly.
I like the double horns. Is that attached to your headset or are they separate?
Yeah, I just put them on there.
It's cool. I like that.
Some Velcro. Yep.
Okay, Jose, what did you think?
Well, I gotta say, I've just been laughing at everybody's comment because I hear things like exposed to it, a hard thing to get around.
Yeah.
Nobody hearing these things?
Yeah.
That's why we have you here. You need to point it out for us.
Yeah. Double entendres everywhere. First of all, Lady Shasha, you said you'd get back at me for the boobs in the last one. Holy shit!
Right.
I was not expecting a dickathon.
Right?
Ooh, you just gave me an idea for a nice video title. Yeah, so
there you go. Take it.
Dickathon.
I'm sure you'll get a ton of views on Dickathon 2023.
For a good cause.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, both of these movies are very interesting. Bunny was the first one I started with, so it's your basic, kids in a cabin in the woods kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem is, once you add a giant were-rabbit who kills people with his dick, it becomes an entirely different thing. And I'm not going to go so far as say it's a masterpiece, but this is the kind of movie that makes you wonder, how does this shit get funded? What is you know what I mean? Like, somebody wrote this script and goes, hey, I want to make a movie. What's it about? Oh, well, here, read it. And then they read it. They finish the script and like, you know what? Here is $500,000. Let's go make this. This sounds amazing.
People
Both
get
movies can go
disposable
that.
income.
Yeah.
Disposable
Right.
income, man.
Right, with both movies. Like,
Yeah.
how did either of these movies get any money? And, like, it's tough to get Man of Steel 2 made. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean?
Guys, I got a great way to put Man of Steel 2 out. Check this out.
Superman's dick is flapping around.
Yeah, you have to get the man to do something with his steel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it boggles the mind. I think the movie's impressive alone, just the fact that it got made, but the fact that it's incredibly well shot. There's incredible gore in it. I don't like the look of the rabbit. I think it's a little cheapy.
Yeah.
It isn't very logical, but it kind of plays on Tromaville rules, where it doesn't really need to make sense. It's kind of like, all right, whatever. Guy gets injected, it becomes a rabbit, and then he's thirsty for a vagina, and he goes crazy all over to attack anything that looks like a vagina. Fine. That's fine. Let's just have fun with it. And this is one of those movies where you kind of have to embrace it, or immediately push it away and say, no, this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
And the minute you push it away, it's going to stop working for you. And that's why it's one of those special movies where you have to sort of drink the Kool-Aid, as I tell people. And it's very much a drink the Kool-Aid type movie. Not perfect. It felt like very sloppy when it got to like all the characters and stuff happening. It felt like it wasn't very focused. Then the third act, it kind of felt like a Hostel movie at times. I don't know. It's not exactly a perfect creation, but it's one of those beautiful Frankensteinian cinematic experiences that you just have to see, similar to our second movie. And God damn it, I never thought I would see a movie with a 2-foot-long rabbit dick killing people. But thank you, Lady Shasha, for making that happen. Those are my opening thoughts on whatever the hell this is called. It's such a long name. Bunny Killer thing, whatever it is.
Bunny the
Yeah,
Killer.
Bunny the killer thing. I actually forgot that I had reviewed this until I was about to pull up a trailer or make a clip, and I decided against the trailer because they keep trying to dig me for copyright, even though you're supposed to be able to react to trailers. So then I specifically remembered editing the Wang Doodle. I remember having to put the edit bar up, and I said, "Wait a minute, I edited that like a year ago, so I must have done a review." So then I just retconned that into a shorter clip, and that served as our sort of trailer for this. But similar thoughts. My first thing that I love is what TC had brought up: the 3 languages. I love that they would go back and forth from English to Swedish to Finnish. It felt more realistic because people who are bilingual tend to do that. They tend to go back and forth, in language. So that was cool. I love the kill count. I talk about that all the time because a lot of times with these type of cabin in the woods type movies, you're starting with either 5 people or 7 people. They went with 7, which is great because I always love a higher body count. But then when they added the second group of people in the cabin that's just down the way, I was like, oh, this movie really knows what we want to see. And then I forget who said about the cops. I think it was Julian that said about the cops. I love that part. My one criticism I didn't like was some of the lighting choices. There's some parts of this movie that look awesome, and then there's other parts where it's like this weird green or blue light that's kind of ugly, and I'm like, why are we doing this? And then it goes back to normal. So that part I didn't care much for that lighting. And again, the younger brother character, they could have left him out. Like, he was useless. He was just more annoying than anything else. But I mean, when I show my next clip, you'll understand why a movie like this appeals to me. I'm a big fan of Basket Case and Frankenhooker and Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. So like ridiculousness really appeals to me. And of course, you see how I feel about Megan. That's my girl. I actually think Megan wasn't ridiculous enough. They could have. There's stuff they could have went further with. But
Megan was pretty good. I'd watch Megan again. I'm down to watch it again.
Oh, did you know they put the unrated version on? I think it's on Paramount Plus.
I need to see that.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see the unrated version. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. Well, what they did at the movie theater is it's mostly cutaways, and then the unrated, it's not the cutaways, it's the actual gore that they would have had in if they had an R rating. But they wanted to get those PG-13. So
yeah, they did. Excited to see it.
But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I feel like it's an Easter film. Kind of.
How did you find it? How did you
first
come across it? Why'd you want to see it?
I was actually looking for other Easter movies because I had done I think it was Food of the Gods I did, and oh god, there was another one that I had just watched. It was a killer rabbit with a chainsaw. What was the name of that movie? And there's several sequels to it.
Roger Rabbit.
Who from Roger Rabbit?
No. Somebody in the chat, tell me what that movie was. I watched that, but I didn't like it enough to review it. I was like, I don't want to have to rewatch it to edit the clips. So let me find another Killer Bunny movie. I just specifically looked up Killer Bunny movies, and then I saw that there was this European one that was available on. It was like either on Film Rise or just one of those smaller apps that you find on Roku. And I was pleasantly surprised at how good it was as far as the gore and the violence and the storyline.
Yeah. They did.
Is the movie you're talking about Bunny Man?
Yes, the Bunny Man Massacre. That's what it was. I was going to do the Bunny Man Massacre series, which are also pretty awful, but you really got to be in the mood for those. Because they're kind of shot like Gummo.
Oh,
I love Gummo.
Yeah.
4K
Gummo's
of
so
Gummo,
good.
please. No thanks.
What would be the purpose of 4K and Gummo? It's like
I'm kidding.
I was about to say, I think the purpose is for it to look grimy.
I will give you $1 million to film that now.
No thanks.
If anything, put Gummo on VHS. That's where it belongs.
Yeah.
Beta.
Okay, so should we do
it?
Yeah. Good one, Tony man.
Oh, turkey! So it took me a second to get that one. For me, I'm going to start the rating. What scale are we using the ratings? It's not moons anymore.
Bunny dicks.
Okay, 5 bunny dicks. One for each 2 inches.
Okay.
Just the twirling of it is the twirling of the wing doodle. That's what sold me.
That hurts, by the way.
It's not easy to do.
Mm-hmm. TC, what's your score?
Okay, because of the kills, I did like the kills, but also because this movie ruined Bugs Bunny for me and Propeller Dick, I'm going to give it just 1 Bunny Dick.
Wait, it ruined Propeller Dick for you?
No. No, the first one was
Before he
addicting.
loved
The other two were the.
Okay.
He was super into propeller dick, and then so he goes, "Nah, too much now."
Too much. Too many
You just can't
twirls. Too many
scream pussy
twirls.
when you say do propeller dick. Like, come on.
Too many revolutions.
Okay, LD, what are your thoughts or your score?
Well, I am actually going to give this 4 bunny dicks.
Wow.
I had a great time watching it. One moment that particularly made me laugh the most was one of the guys. I forget the name of all the characters, but he's running away and he joins with these 4 girls, and they're all running away and they're all being chased. And then in the middle of all this, the guy just goes, "Hey, how are you doing?" and starts flirting with one of the girls in the midst
They
of
did
being
that several
chased.
times.
What's that?
They did that several times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like you're running for your life, but you're going to stop to like flirt for a little bit. Weird. And but you know, this was just an all-around good, weird, fun. Like Master Chaos says, this is one of those films where you're either on the train or you're not on the train. And I definitely was on the train the entire time. And how about a big round of applause for the very last shot of the film?
Yeah.
What was it? I don't
What
even
was it
remember.
again?
Oh, you remember?
You remember?
Oh, the clan.
Oh,
Yeah. We
It's
have
gonna be
our
cock.
2.
So what
Yeah,
happened to
exactly.
part 2 where she goes and gets her, her D? What happened with that?
Yeah.
We don't know. But yeah, so 4
He's like, I don't want to know
rabbit
either.
dicks.
4. Okay. Awesome.
We're going to Julian next.
Yeah. I was gonna give this a 2. I was gonna give it a 2 just because I'm firmly stuck in enjoying the kills and the running around and everything. But I'm bumping it up to 3 because of the ridiculous end of like seeing all the other bunny men. Like they just like push open the door and there's like an orgy of bunny men and humans. And I'm thinking, if all these bunny men just turned into like regular, hey, let's have an orgy. We're cool. We're not going to murder anybody. But our guy turned into a murderous. Like, I love that there's chill versions of him. And they're just like, yeah, man, just come in here. We'll fuck whatever, bro. There's like 30 of us in here. We'll go. I like that. I'm bumping it up to a 3 just because of that one scene. But yeah, I give it 3 bunny dicks.
Your turn. Yes.
So yes, the bunny killer thing gets 2 dicks out of 5 from me, which is from me a C-, better than bad / with major flaws. It's just flaws as far as like, yes, the cinematography and just it not being my taste of film necessarily. I probably would have turned this off if it wasn't for the show, but I had to persevere if I wanted to be a part of this discussion today. And but no, I tend to try to get through every movie that I start unless I just absolutely can't. And I'm guessing that I probably would have turned this off. I'm trying to like talk myself out of it, but I do generally try to finish movies. But I am glad that I have watched it because I do like joining conversations where various movies are involved. So there we go with that. And again, I do love the kills. They were fun, creative, and bloody. People got what they had coming to them. And yeah, I just really love the multicultural aspect of it. And yeah, so 2 out of 5 for me.
And before Jose gives his rating to the chat, in eggplant emojis, tell us how many twirling rabbit dicks you give this movie. Okay, Jose, go ahead.
Twirling ones.
Yes.
Okay. The biggest problem with the movie for me is the tone feels very uneven. It's obviously played for laughs. I was watching this movie in my living room. Once the rabbit started saying, "Right, pussy," like, okay, headphones are going in.
Oh yeah, I should have said it's not safe for children's ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, should have put this one in high volume. It took me by surprise. I feel the movie should have been a little more. I mean, obviously it's a goofy movie, but I feel like all the other characters were playing it dead straight, and I don't know. There's something about the tone felt a little off to me. Overall, it was an enjoyable movie. I think I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it in the beginning. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna like this. But I mean, here, look, we're talking about guilty pleasures. This is that kind of movie. But I mean, both of these movies absolutely fit the bill. Movies that normally wouldn't get any love, but there's something about them that works for certain people. This one worked enough for me. I'm gonna give it 3 bunny dicks. It's just right in the middle for me. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I may recommend it. What's that?
It's right in the middle for you.
Right in the middle for me.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Right in the middle. It's not too big, not too short, whatever.
The entendres just keep on coming.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but I'd recommend it to certain people. I'm like, oh yeah, I think you would like this. But I'm not. But again, the guilty pleasures aren't necessarily going to appeal to everybody. That's why they're guilty pleasures. So kudos again, great choice. Really crazy ass movie. 3 twirling mutated pussy hungry dicks. Bunny dicks. That's me. That's not me. That's my rating.
As pussy hungry as he is, he'll stick it in anything though.
He will, which was another weird element, right? Like he was attacking dudes and stuff. I'm like, hey, what's happening?
And then stick it in not a pussy. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, an eye hole that counts as pussy.
Well, if they had made this a little bit later than 2015, he would have said "bussy," and we would have understood. Oh, okay, we understand that too. For those watching that want to see Bunny the Killer thing, it's on FilmRise, Fawsome, which is FAWESOME, FilmRise Comedy, Film Star, Freevee, which used to be IMDb TV. They changed their name to Freevee. There's something in yellow. It says Real Chill. It looks like it might have used to have been Crackle. You're not fooling me, Crackle. I think that's you. I'm not clicking on that. And also on the Roku channel. But yeah, Crackle. Oh God, I don't want to get into it. The commercials. It was terrible. But let's move on to the next, the highlight of the night, which is the Greasy Strangler. And of course, my old ass made a TikTok. So here it is. I think Gen X is actually running Gen Z off of TikTok. They're like, ew, all these old people are on here.
And they did it twice. And in the gesture, hootie, tootie, disco cutie, I've seen some bad movies. I seen Rubber. I seen Curse of the Queer Wolf, which that one is hilarious. That's a good bad movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Rubber.
What's another bad movie I've seen that I really enjoy?
I love this part.
Slugs, Ticks, fucking Chud. Any other movie on your list?
Chud is a good movie. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a classic.
Murder Party.
No, Murder Party. That is a good movie too. You can.
No.
What about Knuckle Bones? Was good. I reviewed that one already.
Knuckle Bones was horrible.
No, it wasn't. It was good.
So that was early YouTube, and the guest in that is Tony Man 100. He was holding the camera and making me less nervous to talk to the camera. So shout out to Tony Man 100 for helping me in the early days of YouTube.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Okay, so this movie is it's like an indie mumblecore movie mixed with a trauma movie. And I that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
But I'll come back to myself. TC, what did you think?
Oh boy.
I can't wait to hear this.
No, I don't have too much to say. I mean, I like. I was talking to I mentioned to Julian and to MC before. I like Tim and Eric, So the humor in the movie is very reminiscent to what they kind of do, that weird, gross outish kind of thing. So that helped me like the movie a bit more than I would have if I didn't like Tim and Eric. That being said, oh man, what a freaking weird movie. This movie was I mean, I remember I heard about it a while back and I never saw the trailer, so I had no idea what to expect with this one. I still don't know what to expect with this one. I don't even know. I think I was traumatized. I can't eat hot dogs anymore. I can't talk to vendors anymore. I can't. I can't wear pink outfits anymore. I can't do anything
Anymore? Oh, yeah.
That was your staple. I remember you wore them all the time.
I can't spout out random 70s bands facts anymore. I can't do anything anymore with this movie.
You bullshit artist.
But,
you see that apartment up there? That's where Cool from Cool in the Gang used to live.
They were waiting for a ride.
But it definitely helps liking that kind of humor. So I was able to get through it. It was I don't want to say difficult, but it was interesting. It was interesting to say the least.
Tony Man says TC's being a bullshit artist.
Bullshit artist.
Bullshit artist. Careful, you'll be evicted from YouTube if you keep that up.
What are your thoughts, LD?
That's it. Next.
That big sigh.
Man, oh man, did I hate this movie.
No, wrong.
Yes, I did. I hated this movie. And to be absolutely fair, to be completely fair, I'm probably not the best audience for this kind of movie. One thing that I was shocked by when I read the credits is that Elijah Wood helped produce this movie. And I'm like, no, it's probably just another guy with the same name. But I looked it up and it's Elijah Wood. He was involved in this. There's really only two things that I liked about this film, just two. And one was already mentioned a couple of times. I like how they can't just say bullshit. They have to say bullshit artist. That's a fun, weird little thing. And in the beginning of the film, the Indian guy who doesn't know how to say potato. That was a fun sequence for me. Everything else, I absolutely hated. And I'm going to be honest, I was tempted to just check out of the film and not finish it. I did not want to finish it, but I'm like, no, you need to watch it for the show. It's for the show. Let me just go ahead and pile right through it. And boy, and then the ending, I'm like, what the hell is happening? What the hell is happening? So this was a film I was not on the train for. So yeah, and I was assuming, because I think they kind of set it up this way, but I was assuming this was going to be some kind of weird Incredible Hulk type thing where the dad keeps eating grease and he turns into this Greasy Strangler monster. But no, he's just jumping in a bucket of grease and growling. So okay, so I hated the I first liked the girlfriend, but then I ended up hating her because she just has such a weird random mentality. I like that she starts dating the son, Brayden. Is it Brayden? Brayden. And I thought that was nice. Brayden finally gets a girlfriend, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the movie, for no she decides, I'm going to start sleeping with the dad. And I'm going to make Brayden feel shitty about it.
There is a reason. It's about this big. If you recall, Brayden's pantsless scene was very...
Trust me, I remember. It was the size of a gigantic mouse head. I remember.
It was those creamy drinks, LD. Those creamy drinks.
Creamy, sexy drinks.
I'm not going to say anything else. There you go. That's what I have to say about Greasy Strangler.
Okay, Julian, what do you think?
I saw this one yesterday, early morning. I hadn't seen either. I saw both movies yesterday. And just by the cover, what little I read about it before, I wanted to get this one out of the way first. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to hate this movie. It's going to creep me out. I'm going to be so uncomfortable watching it. And I will say, while that hasn't changed, I was uncomfortable watching it all throughout. I ended up liking this movie. I ended up liking it, and not because it made me uncomfortable, not because I enjoyed, seeing their life or seeing what they were going through. And I did a large write up on it and posted it today on Dark Matter Campfire. I like that it made me think a lot after the fact. It made me think about
what?
A lot of the things that they were experiencing really kind of modeled like abusive behaviors. It modeled manipulative fathers over children. Later, Master.
No, Paul. I'm saying hi to Paul.
Oh, hi, Paul. A lot like the way that Big Ronnie controlled and manipulated Brayden, and the way that Brayden like just ate it up, and the way that Janet came in and like ran right through both of them and like abused them, and that it came back at the end to see her get screwed over. But then, rather than Brayden taking out his Greasy Strangler father, he became him. He assumed him, and it's only then that the father loved him. It's only then that the father was like, "Yeah, you're cool. You're all right." I was shocked by it. I don't think I'll see it again because I was just so uncomfortable watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the Tim and Eric kind of vibe to it. I like the things that weren't as funny in the movie, but I'm having a blast just like saying those quotes to you guys over and over again, either here or to friends outside. It's one of those movies that's like quotable after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So, where I usually agree with LD, not this time, bro.
That's fine. I'll be the odd man out. I don't care.
Okay, Rainbow Fright. What are your thoughts?
So this was actually my second time watching it. I had watched it 2 years ago for the first time with a buddy of mine who I met through doing YouTube, and he would just always quote it or reference it and just always talk about it. And then so we finally screened it for our little group on Discord. And yeah, it was just laughable and it was hard for me to get through. I'm like, this is what you've been raving about all this time. And okay, like, sure, yeah, it's funny, whatever. And didn't really have plans to visit it anytime soon. And so then watching it again for this, I wasn't prepared to like it more this time around. And it is going to be that type of movie for, I think, a lot of people, to where it does grow on you, because while it is annoying and grating at times, it's still a well-made film. And yeah, like Julian was saying, you think about it more about, what the message might have been. And maybe, the writer-director didn't mean to really throw out any messages, but yeah, you think about what it's about. It's a love story, a love triangle, and then there's also the love story, the fatherly son relationship, that kind of love story going on as well. And it's sad and it's tragic in all kinds of ways, but it's still just quote unquote lighthearted and goofy and funny at the same time. Yeah, so while I don't necessarily love it, and I wouldn't say definitely watch it to anybody, because yeah, it's not for everybody. I do have a greater appreciation for it this time around. And, I laugh hard in a lot of parts of the movie. Like, I love the potato scene. It's great. And the Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie is great. And you do the dance perfectly. And I can't help but, correlate that with Three from Hell. If that's like an accident or not, I don't know. But, when they're driving to go get ice cream in Three from Hell, Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding and Baby Firefly are taunting Otis, and they're saying Rudy Tooty fucking fruity like over and over again to him in kind of the same way. So I'm like, is that just a coincidence, or did they kind of, have inspiration from Three from Hell, with that scene? But yeah, it's disgusting and hard to look at, but you can't help but just burst out laughing sometimes, even if you don't like this type of filmmaking. And it's interesting, Elijah Wood and his two buddies in Spectre Vision, just saw this script apparently, and they were like, well, this script is never going to get made, and we're in the business of making movies that will likely not see the day of light, so we have to make this movie for Jim. And Jim was, obviously excited to get his shit done, and he had a vision, even though they all wanted to like give them their ideas about what this film should be, he just put out exactly what he had in his head, which was just something different. And I still need to check out the rest of his work. I know there's some other good stuff that he's done, and a lot of these actors in Greasy Strangler in his other work that I need to check out. So I'm interested to see, because it's different from the Greasy Strangler. It's more palatable, I guess you would say. So yeah, I'm gonna like it more the third time around, I'm sure.
I'm waiting for Jose.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, let me just also say too, like the comparison with John Waters too. I that's kind of why I think I'm getting more into it, because John Waters is somebody who I love, and Pink Flamingos is something that I absolutely love. And just kind of bringing that into my brain and comparing those two, I'm like, okay, like I get it even more now. Like you were saying with Tim and Eric, I actually hadn't seen Tim and Eric, but going back and watching it too. Okay, I get that. But for me, like, okay, now bringing the John Waters into there, I'm like, all right, I understand it a little bit more.
Wait, you like Pink Flamingos? Because I don't know how that's...
I
really?
Like it. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because there's a message there, too. Like with Greasy Strangler, like, yeah, there's that message of love, but I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I can just see that and just kind of relate to it a little bit. With Pink Flamingos, it's just about, that life and that culture and just being free. Like with Crybaby, that same kind of message of just being yourself and being accepted and not being looked
and
at.
Hairspray. That was John Waters too. Hairspray?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just being a part of the fucking world, and not being an outcast or being looked at with a crooked eye, So with Greasy Strangler, it was just like, how weird can we be almost, but there was that little message of love, but was it really about that? I'll take that from it, but I'm not sure if it was meant to be there. So
I would say Greasy Strangler has more of a plot than Pink Flamingos. Pink Flamingos is, I mean, I don't want to look at a dude's butthole, so that's one of the reasons I don't enjoy that film. Not appealing to me, or watching a chicken be killed while people jump.
Yeah, I can't do the animal stuff. I can't do the animal stuff. That was terrible. Yeah.
Greasy Strangler, I think is well. First of all, let me say this: I consider this movie a goddamn modern masterpiece.
Okay.
I
Fair.
loved it.
Fair.
I absolutely loved it. LD. Okay, so. In LA, by the way, Julian, I'm gonna call you Squeaks because that bottle squeaks like a motherfucker. So keep the top off. It's
like
not gonna spill anywhere.
No, it is kind of loud when you do that.
Yeah,
sorry. Thanks for letting me know.
Okay, change his name to Squeaks, please. Anyway, all right. Here in LA, in the film community, everyone is always talked about Greasy Strangler. Oh, have you seen Greasy Strangler? You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And I just never got around to it. But there's usually there's screenings out here. Elijah Wood was at a few of them that I wasn't able to make, but it was a big deal. Like people in the indie community here, the horror community, knew about this movie when everyone was talking about it. I had no idea what it was about. The poster looks awful. It's something that I was like, that does not interest me. And I didn't know anything about it. I saw the trailer. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from that one. And I just never watched it. So when you suggested it, I'm like, finally, I get a chance, a reason to watch this. And I'm so happy I discovered this movie. From literally minute one, when he wakes his dad up and they're just standing in their underwear. You're a bullshit artist. No, you're a bullshit artist. I'm like... I found my people.
You're like, God.
And thank the cinema gods that a movie like this exists. It's disgusting. It's off-putting. It's hard to watch, but it's also kind of a magical experience because it is a singular vision. It is probably one of the most interesting pieces of outsider art I've seen in such a long time, and I live for these kind of moments when you discover a movie that just absolutely blows you away because it's so different, but it plays by the rules. You still have a story, you still have character development. It doesn't do crazy shit like wait, what's happening now? Who is this guy? What's going on? There's actual format and structure. There's things happening. Yeah, and you can follow along with narrative drive, which I think is a big thing that I love in a movie. For a movie to be anything, but as long as it's going in a direction that and I can tag along, that I'm happy. Both of these movies have narrative drive, which is great. They're both very weird. Greasy Strangler to me ups the ante by being so outlandishly hilarious. And my kind of humor is like the MacGruber type, like outside the box, like fucking random humor. I love that. Kimmy Schmidt, 30 Rock, that kind of humor cracks me up so much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still like just thinking of like the old man screaming, standing in the car wash naked. I love that. Like, it's just like the potatoes. Yeah, the potato chip scene. Hootie Tootie, Disco Cutie. There's so many moments in this that are just brilliant and unique and perfect. I'm so happy to have discovered this movie. I just bought it on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna show it to my wife.
No, don't do that.
I'm not gonna tell her.
Oh no.
If you want to stay married, I'm just kidding.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna say, this is like an indie drama that some people were saying was pretty good, and then I'm just gonna let the movie unspool, and see if she has the same reaction. She likes weird stuff, so she may get into it, but I'm just very interested to see her first impression when you see the old man's dick for the first time. You're like, oh, that does not look right. Something is wrong there.
Yeah.
King Gore, I do accept the Greasy Strangler as my greasy savior. Absolutely. It is a wonderful movie. It's a movie that I'm going to introduce more people to, just like people were trying to do that to me for years. It is. It works on so many levels. What worked for me the best was I pictured TC and LD watching this, and it made me laugh even harder because for the most part, I know these guys and their taste in movies. This is not an insult. Their taste in movies is pretty straight. Like they don't really watch weird shit.
I do sometimes, but not like
well,
that.
yeah, but like this is not.
I'll
like,
dip my toe into something strange every now and then.
Don't tell your wife. So I just pictured them watching this. What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on right now? And that brought me extra joy. So the movie made me laugh, and then laughing at my friend's pain made me laugh even harder. So masterpiece. Those are my opening thoughts. Amazing choice, Lady Shasha. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching it, because I finally have someone to talk to about these movies. Most likely, your general horror audiences are not going to know about the Greasy Strangler nor watch it, but no. I enjoyed it. Actually, I went through kind of the same thing Rainbow Fright went through. For when I first watched it, I was a little bit lukewarm until the disco down the block scene when he had the crotchless jumpsuit on, dancing down the block for no reason at all. I was like, I like that they injected disco into this for no reason. And I actually found out that the actor that plays the father, it's very interesting now that his hair is styled the way it is styled in a 1970s manner. Fun fact about him is he actually used to be John Travolta's hairdresser.
Okay.
Oh,
back in the late 70s, early 80s, he was the person cutting and layering and what do you call that? Feathering. Yeah, feathering John Travolta's hair. That was him.
So his John Travolta story at the end of the movie wasn't so far off.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Was John Travolta the one that got him that job?
And then the other ridiculousness part was when he showed up as the detective with the braces.
Yes.
That detail with the braces.
I was like, there's no purpose to this. And the funny thing is, the first time I watched the movie, I hated the potato scene. I was like, this is so stupid. This is just making fun of their accents.
But then when I watched it, and it's the same kind of humor, and it's like over and over and over again. But if it's not the accent, it's just the humor of it, then okay. But yes, like you're saying.
But then when I watched it the second time, I started cracking up about the same joke that I didn't like the first time I watched the movie. I don't know why it's funnier the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the guy next to him is like so committed to try to figure out what he's saying. I'm sorry. Can you tell it to me again? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand you. Just tell me one more time.
Yeah.
I need to know this.
And the fact that they're dressed, one of them is in their underwear, they're all outside the hotel, all three of them are tourists. It's such a random scene, and it does make you think of those like Rainbow Fright said, those early John Waters films where it's just something like that. Or I can't recall who the director of Basket Case was, but there's certain scenes where they would just have random people in New York, and you would just see the random people in New York talking. It kind of felt like that.
Yeah, Frank Henenlotter.
Yes, thank you, Frank Henenlotter. I should know that because Frankenhooker. That's always I remember him from doing Frankenhooker too. So, but yeah, like there's so much to like about this movie, even though it's so ridiculous and it's very stupid in every way, but it's so entertaining.
It is entertaining. It's memorable, and there are moments that you just look forward to. Yes, entertaining for sure.
Yep.
And the kills are ridiculous. Like when we punched one of the tourists in the face, and his whole face just caves in.
Oh my god!
And I do love the eye popping out and being cooked and eaten. I love that.
I will take mediocre practical effects over CGI every day of the week. It's just more entertaining.
Fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention, because King Gore is in the chat, and so was Terrence, and I believe they just did a live stream on Saturday that was about Terrence McGuena and King Gore, and I think Curly Girl the Movies did a live stream on Saturday that was about sex and violence.
Yeah,
nice.
That was I think that was the title of their live stream. And I don't know who made that thumbnail. The thumbnail is really teetering on the edge of what's appropriate on YouTube, and I respect that.
Wow,
that video will not be monetized. That's for sure.
Yeah, that video definitely not get monetized just based on the thumbnail alone.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Let me catch up with the chat. Yeah, I left off on King Gore. He says, Stab that like, y'all. Pretty please and thanks. Oh, stab that like. Okay, I like that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I totally forgot to say that. Sean Blue Digital, welcome to the channel, Sean. Says Gore sent me here and subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, you can subscribe to everybody that's on the panel. Their links are in the description box, as well as Julian's blog is in the description box as well. That's
called Squeaks.
Cool.
Squeaks for movies. No!
Oh.
God.
No,
Wow.
for real.
Okay.
For real.
All right, I guess a couple more. Terrence says it was all I Am the Ice Lord's idea. Yes, I Am the Ice Lord was there too. Yes, I did see him in the thumbnail. It was his idea to do the sex and violence.
He loves.
Whenever I think of that, I think of Rosanna Dan. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember that skit from SNL when she does this whole thing about violins on television and why people should learn more about classical music. And then I think it's is it Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase that says no, it's sex and violence, not violins. She's just
my God.
Rosanna Dana.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
King Gore says, and Wes, thanks. The Thumbie is a labor of love. It's actually monetized and fine. No kinds of nudity. Yeah, but there was a white substance dripping from the woman's mouth.
You don't want to say that word. We said all kinds of
that you could mistake for something else. I mean, we'll just say it's frosting.
I think he's trolling us. That video is not monetized.
Yeah.
It could be a dairy film. You don't know.
What channel is
Dairy
that?
film.
Is that
it's on? I believe it's on Terrence. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's on Terrence McGuena's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have great conversations. The title of their live stream is Psychobabble. So they talk about a lot of different elements within the horror genre. Tony says they shouldn't.
Holy shit! Yeah, oh my God.
So many lives.
Mm-hmm. Tony Man says they shouldn't stab the like button. They need to helicopter it. Helicopter the like button. I'll allow the bunny killer. I get demonetized for cursing, but congrats. I get demonetized for showing. I've been demonetized for showing a poster, and I have to, submit. I have a whole script that I submit to.
Sucks, man.
Yeah, that's why I don't do Warner Brothers movies. I'm sorry.
Warner Brothers.
They demonetize a person for having a figurine in the background. So it's just like ridiculous. tell us you don't want free promo without telling us you don't want free promo.
Right.
Get your man out of the gutter. And last one. She was a custard pie eating champion. Oh, okay. That's what it was. It was custard pie.
There you go.
Thank
What
you
was
for
in
the
that pie?
No. No.
Why did I hear the rock in my head say Poontang pie? Because we were talking about wrestling earlier.
Yeah.
So I guess
We
we should
were all
get to the
thinking it.
ratings.
Mhm.
I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 swinging dicks, only because the ending is very what the fuck. Like the
Oh, I thought-
endings was like, oh, I want to make something more like El Topo, but not quite. And I'm like, what?
It would have been a 5 with
You're
the
not
better
even
ending.
you're not even close to the like. What are you? Why did you think you were close to that? Because you're not.
El Topo. Wow.
So
That's
it
what
could
it felt like. Like that's not that particular movie, but that style of movie where you're
Mhm.
really trying to like be super art house. But I'm like, at this point, you just had a man dance down the block and try. You can't go art house at the end. My mind won't accept it.
okay.
Oh man. Just so everybody knows, Greasy Strangler is available for $18 on Blu-ray on Amazon. So TCLD, if you guys want to grab a copy, it's available.
And if
I'll send
in
one.
case you don't want to commit just yet, it
I'll send
is
one to you.
on Fossum Canopy, Canopy is a library app. So if you have a public library card, you can download the Canopy app to your Roku or Fire Stick, and you can watch it
Yeah,
on
Canopy is
your
awesome.
library. Yes,
Canopy is
Film
great.
Rise. It's on Fossum, Freevee again, and Shudder if you have Shudder. All right.
I want to show this. I'm getting this. I'm buying this for TC and LD guys. Early Christmas present spoiler. I don't know if you can read that. It
Hold on, I'm gonna
says,
try to.
Hootie
gonna
Hootie
increase
Tootie
your
Disco
size.
Cutie there.
I'd wear it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Can't wait. You have to wear
I'd
it.
like it if TC wore that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
LD,
when
would you
it's-
wear it, LD? Nah.
No.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm trying to think
Come
of
on,
a
bro.
scenario where I would wear it, but I would get divorced so fast if my wife
Aw.
saw me wearing that.
She
What
hasn't
if you
seen the movie,
convince
though.
your wife that she is the disco cutie?
That's not going to help. Okay, that is
Oh,
not
okay.
going to help at all.
You didn't watch it with her? You didn't watch the movie with her?
No, 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 no.
You should. You should. Maybe you get.
You're
I'm gonna watch it a second time with her.
Oh, speaking of female perspectives, there's another thing I forgot to add that I liked about it. At first, I was taken aback, like with the girlfriend character. I never remember her name. I call her Wig because I just
Right?
keep staring at her wig. I'm just like,
Like they
Number one,
picked the
she
worst
rem-
wig on purpose.
yeah, number one, she reminds me of Velma from Scooby Doo. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
intentional or not, but I liked that she that they still gave her like nude scenes because it actually hit me that it's not that common that you see people that are just regular looking people in nude scenes,
Right.
and she's just a regular looking woman, and I
Yeah,
thought
like
that was kind of cool and
Yeah.
brave of her because like
Yeah.
that takes a lot so, in this type of movie.
And the
Yeah.
Flamingos brave for them to show their bodies
Yes.
too. Shoot.
Yes, very much
All
so.
of them.
I still think the son's masturbation scene was hilarious, but I don't want to make
worst,
anyone feel
yes.
bad, but it was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, where he was like hooting like a monkey.
Yeah.
After he's like, my dad, I think my dad's a greasy strangler. Let's have phone sex. And it's like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm really scared. Let's have phone sex.
Yeah.
I like LD's pained laughter. He's like, yeah, that's my favorite.
I'm gonna halfway
It's
validate
funny,
you
it's
guys.
funny.
TC, what's your rating? Because I did 4
Well-
out of 5 dicks. What's your rating?
Well, you know what? About the ratings, I thought you were actually gonna go with for this movie, Greasy Wieners, but I guess not, right? You're just gonna go
Oh
with the
yeah,
same-
well we
same
could do
thing?
greasy wieners.
That's what I
and
assumed
since,
too.
Dogs, yeah.
since LD didn't like it, he could use micro penises, whatever you want to use. Whatever you want to use.
Yeah, let's all pick our own. That'd be good.
Yes,
Pick our
yes.
own.
Yeah.
Well, again, it is like MC said. I mean, it is outside of my radar. Usually not my cup of tea. However, since I do like the Tim and Eric kind of weird humor, and this is very on the same pretty much wavelength, but just takes it a little further. I'll probably go ahead and give it for the humor because there are things that made me laugh. I'll give it two Greasy Wieners.
Okay, good. So wait, you like the other movie more?
No,
that
the other
right?
one I gave only one.
Only one. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Okay. Somebody
Yeah.
else gave it 2 or
Yeah.
gave it a 3
Give it
after
more, yeah.
thinking about giving it a 2. Okay,
Yeah.
that was you. Yeah.
All right, LD.
LD, what do you
He
think?
gives it 5. Go to MC.
You know what? My rating might actually surprise you guys.
Okay,
Because-
if it's higher than a 1, get the fuck out because you were saying you hated it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I hated this. I'm actually giving this a 2.
No, okay.
And I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to
That's not
explain
an
to you
F
why.
to you, right?
What's that?
Is that an F or what would you, is that like, it's 2 is good to you, right? Kind of good, kind of, sort of.
He's a horseshit
I
artist.
wouldn't call it 2 would not be good for me.
Bullshit artist.
I will say this. Yes, I absolutely hate the film, and I never want it to see the light of day again. But I do applaud the effort that they made to make this. I do applaud. I get it's not for me, but I get what they're trying to do. I understand that it's meant to be something completely outside the box. So I'm gonna give it a 2, but no higher than that.
Okay.
It's pretty good for a movie you hate. That's good. Very good.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah.
I'm aware it's generous. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me be frank. Let me be frank. The whole potato scene is what helped me bump it up to 2.
Porto.
That's what's going to carry you on to your second viewing of the movie that will have you probably appreciate it more, like Lady Shasha and myself. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Hey,
Because you'll
we'll
look forward
see.
to that, and the rest of the movie is sort of like that. So you're like, okay, I'll be softened up a little bit.
You know what? If Jose gets me a T-shirt, I'll watch it again.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Money
There
well
you
spent.
go.
Free, sorry, kids, no braces. I gotta send. LD
Julia, what do you and your cup think?
Oh.
No,
I
please
didn't
don't.
realize it was so loud. I'm
It's-
sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Ruined the whole stream.
I'm not
No, you
criticizing. In
did
the
not.
background of my video today, you've heard a cat meowing. The Amazon dot has spoken twice. Like it is what it is. It makes it more
we're
real.
who we are. We are who
Yes.
we are, right?
You have a great mic. It's a good mic.
Yes.
Yay.
That's why I keep
Um,
muting mine, because my lavalier mic is so sensitive. I wasn't sure you could hear the ice cubes swishing around, so I kept on muting myself when I was drinking.
No, I don't hear that, but I hear your neighbors saying, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Bunny dicks? I'm buying a new house. I really like this movie. I would be giving this a 5 if it wasn't for how uncomfortable I felt throughout the movie, like actually experiencing it. Like,
were you sitting on something while you were watching it?
I mean, there's a couple of pineapples that I lost count of, and there, I don't know, that's just stuff that just they make me feel weird to like see like them like battle each other and abuse each other, and like Brayden like losing it, and Big Ronnie being a tall basket case. And like he killed everybody that he killed in that movie was for a reason, except for Paul, who was the car wash owner.
Right.
And he only killed that guy because he was so mad at Brayden,
Right.
but he wasn't going to kill his son. So he directed and killed
I hate
the guy who
that
didn't
so
deserve it.
much.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
wonder why he did that. Now that you say that, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was totally like he had no reason to kill him, but it was just like he just couldn't kill his son, so he had to kill somebody.
Yeah.
But I'd give this one a solid 4. It made me think a lot. It made me like analyze kind of like what they were thinking, what he was symbolizing when he was creating the movie. The ending. I actually like the ending. I know you didn't like it, Lady Shasha, but I thought
How
it was
did you
interesting.
interpret it? Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, like after they killed Ricky Prickles in the most weird way, they tear his ears out.
Yeah.
I'm Ricky Prickles, you can't get me dead. I really liked how they were like going around the forest, like all covered in grease, and then they saw themselves being executed, but they saw their human forms being executed. And they were celebrating that. Like when the head popped off and there was champagne coming out and confetti, their Greasy Strangler versions of themselves were almost celebrating that their human forms, they're like more open and fit for society forms are dying off.
Okay, I like that.
Thank you for analyzing that, because I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I think MC, I think he just OGP'd the movie.
I was thinking the same thing. It's another buddy of ours who becomes like a college scholar when we watch garbage movies, and he goes, "No, I think this movie's really about the Holocaust." What the fuck are you talking about? You know?
Look, I know.
That's great.
No.
That's fine. Find whatever you want in this movie. I think it's
I know
like
Buddy the Killer thing is about combating climate change and really reducing waste in the ocean.
I
Well, that makes
mean,
It was brought to you by PETA.
Yeah, the food, not the organization.
See, I thought you were going to go with it's an exploration of father and son dynamics.
Everything before that.
I'm getting this from you. I wasn't even thinking about their relationship. You started talking about their relationship.
Yeah, everything before that forest scene was their father and son dynamics. Then, like when those like weird guys with the muskets like execute them, like that's just all them like giving up on their humanity. But I really liked it. For swinging greasy wieners.
Nice.
Rainbow Fright, what do you think?
So yes, upon my first viewing, I probably would have given it 2, but this time around, I give it 3. I'll give it Janet Bushes out of 5.
Which was also a wig too, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
She had her
man.
little invisible string on there, her little clear string, like he had on his dick. Attachment there, but and I feel like I'm gonna probably bump it up to 3.5 or maybe a 4 after I watch it some more. Again, I just did look forward to moments that did make me laugh when I watched it the first time. I did laugh harder at moments that I didn't find as funny the first time, and when I thought about it more and just looked into the movie more, I appreciated it more. It just simplifies. It set out to be weird, and it just also simplified life into so many words. Like instead of having these long conversations with all these words, these conversations are just shortened and simplified to maybe 2 words for the whole conversation. And that's just funny and interesting to me. And the atmosphere, we most times had only 2 people in the scenes. The setups and the sets were just so simplified, and yet we made this sort of epic movie. Yeah, we had the times where people were going on the disco tours and we had 3 to maybe 6 people on screen, but more times than not, it was a few lights, a couple of props, and 2 to 3 people. And that to me was just fun and interesting filmmaking for me. And yeah, it's something you definitely should watch with other folks. Watch it once or twice by yourself, but it's something to be really shared with a group of people because, yeah, it's fun, it's quotable, and it's something different. People could get mad at you for recommending it to them, but that's why you don't probably want to recommend it. Just talk about it and have fun with it. But yeah, again, thank you for making me watch another film that I probably wouldn't have seen in the near future. So thank you again to Lady Shasha.
Thank you for watching it.
Yeah.
No, Jose, go ahead. There was something I was going to do, but I'm going to do it after you
Okay.
speak.
I don't remember anybody thanking me for Demon Warp, but whatever. That's fine.
Hey, nobody thanked me for Haunted Casino.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody did thank you for that.
I think if there's one person that appreciates you for Demon Warp, it's Tony Man 100. He's still talking about how happy he is that you brought that movie to his attention.
Awesome. I'm so glad. Look, every once in a while you meet a movie that kind of rearranges how you see cinema, and this is one of those movies. and I'm not being a bullshit artist. I completely fell in love with this really bizarre, disgusting movie. I don't like looking at genitals. Of the male variety. That's not a thing that I'm like, hey, how many dicks are in this one?
That's all me. That's all me. I do ask that question.
Gotcha. Yeah, that should be on IMDb, right? Like sex, violence, how many dicks? But unfortunately, so usually I look away. I'm like, all right, that's not, and then I'll get back to the movie whenever they cut away to something else. But this movie has so much dick in it. I'm like, fine. And then I realized, oh, they're not real. But then I started to was like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy's dick? That's just, okay.
I know,
It's
so
like a mouse's
red.
head.
Why is it so red?
Yeah,
Because he said,
right.
didn't he say it's like a mouse's head or something like that?
Yeah,
Both of
giant
them
mouse.
have
Yeah, he
red
did.
dick.
Yeah.
Look, this movie's horrifying, but it's also special and hilarious and beautiful, and it honestly made my day. And I love finding movies like this. And I honestly, this gives me hope for guilty pleasures going forward, that we're gonna find these movies that, again, we're not all gonna agree, but man, this movie really knocked my socks off. And I hope we find more movies like this going forward, because this is really refreshing. And I love the shit out of it. I think it's great. I'm probably going to give it the highest rating of anybody here.
I knew it.
That's fine.
Elder, you're such a grouch. You were my hootie tootie disco cutie, but not anymore. Get out of here.
Dethroned.
This movie gets 5. Are you ready for this? 5 bullshit artists out of 5. It is a masterpiece. Love it, love it, love it. I bought it, and I only buy garbage if I really like it, and it's that special kind of garbage that I'm gonna make other people watch, and that makes it a part of my family. I love it. Thank you so much, Lady Shasha, for finally forcing me to watch it.
Yes. Before I give my rating, want to share something. Some of you guys that follow me on Instagram already know about this, but I'm going to share this with the audience. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, computer. There we go. Crystal Connor, who is a trusted name in terror, is still taking submissions for her indie horror festival, which will be this August around, I believe it's the 23rd to the 25th of August of 2023 in Seattle, Washington. And this is the little promo I made for that. Okay, it would be helpful if that wasn't on top of it. Sorry about that. I'm going to restart it and try this again. One day I'll be able to afford someone to do tech support for me. And just for context, VIP members or viewers actually do stay at a cabin in the woods during this film festival. And then there's other tiers all the way over to online only access, which is really, really cool because it allows more people to be able to come through and check out the film festival if you're unable to travel. So I really love her idea in doing that.
That is really cool.
And
Nice.
Again, it's cabininthewoodsfilmfestival.com if you are both if you want to come to the film festival and also if you want to submit, there is a link on there to submit your short films. Maximum length is 30 minutes. All right. Now, I was going to say a couple things I forgot to talk about. That friend that had a missing nose for no reason. I don't know why he didn't have. Yeah. Why did they never explain why he didn't have a nose? He just didn't have a nose. But yeah, this movie, it's hard to describe why I like it. I guess the weirdness is one of the things that really appeals to me, that it's not your run-of-the-mill movie and you don't know, you can't gauge what's going to happen next because it's right, so off the beaten path. Also, I feel all the actors really committed. Like, in order for this to work, they really have to commit to the personas that they're playing, and I think they did an awesome job with that. There were times where the son, I don't know how he didn't start cracking up at some of the lines that he had to say and some of the things that he had to do. He probably did. There's probably, outtakes of him cracking himself up because some of the stuff was hilarious. I don't know. I like weird shit. That's what I'm saying. I like weird shit.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And so, like I said, I already rated this. I just recall I already rated this 4 out of 5. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. In the chat, have you guys seen the Greasy Strangler? I know King Gore has seen it. I know Tony Man has seen it. What do you guys rank it before we get out of here?
So you gave it 1 less star for the last 3 minutes of the movie? Because of the last 3 minutes of the movie?
Yeah, I took a star away because of the last 3 minutes of the movie because I was like, I don't know what's happening. I was like, things are just happening.
Well, after Julian's explanation, does it kind of change it a little bit?
I like his explanation because I was lost. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was so close to giving it 5 also. Very close.
Okay, Tony Man is asking Jose if he got the 2-disc box set of the Greasy Strangler because there is one.
I just found it on Grindhouse Video. So, yes, thank you for putting that on my radar, pal.
Awesome. Let's see here. Greasy Down Under. I wonder why is it 2 discs? Is there an alternate version, or is there just a lot of behind the scenes information?
Yeah, it might just be a lot of special features. That's what it looks like anyway.
King, did you tell us what you rated it? Did he give us his score?
I didn't see it. King, what's your score?
4 out of 5.
And there's 11 other people in here. I know you guys haven't said anything, but feel free to join in and let us know what your score is. Tony Man says 4 out of 5 crotchless bodysuits.
Delicious.
Oh, here comes King. Film. He says 4.5 out of 5. Really scarred me deeply. Greasy Strangler is just sweaty. Gotta have it.
Really? It scarred you? Are you for real? Or are you just saying that?
Come on, Gore. You're a little tougher than that.
You have reviewed much more disturbing movies. I know. I've seen you review. Yeah.
He says a couple of greasy dicks. Come on.
He said, "LOL had to be clear. This movie's nasty."
It was the dicks.
Yeah. Okay. I am still going to make my countdown dictacular. I'm going to do that but it's going to be regular. It's going to be regular dicks, just different gentlemen in horror that have given us full frontal. I believe no one celebrates them. They need to be celebrated.
No, it's okay.
Old Chief clapping.
I didn't even think about that. Okay.
That's right. The dad farts all the time. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
And he pays with money he made himself too, which is also
that's good.
That was good. That was beautiful. Take it to the man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
So now we're gonna try and top each other every time. By the way, you gotta get that prize wheel to pick the next person. Lady Shasha.
I don't. Yes. I don't have that. Do you have that?
Let's see. Maybe I can grab it on my end, and then you can just. Let's see here.
I don't feel like I can pick anything that'll top Greasy. Like that came out of left field good.
Greasy's gonna be the top for sure. Of this segment for sure.
Yeah, I know there's no way I could top Greasy.
He's still trying to get me to watch this. Tony Man is still trying to get me to watch also Halitosis, The Legend of Snake Mouth.
What the hell?
Watch it.
It's a real movie.
Gosh.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Sorry.
It's on Prime?
Yeah.
Vivarium.
It was last year. I don't know if it's still there. It might be there. Because these movies get moved around. Because when I last saw The Greasy Strangler, it was on Tubi, but it's not there anymore.
This one's on Tubi.
Which one's on Tubi?
Halitosis.
Oh, it's on Tubi. Okay.
He creeps, he crawls, he shits.
Wow. All right. I shared my screen there, Lady Shasha. I don't know if you can.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Let me see. Definitely watch Vivarium. It's so good.
There we go. Add to stream.
All right.
And
all
right. So last person standing. Here we go.
Last person standing.
Okay, Julian is
Why
out.
am I always the first one knocked out?
Oh.
Oh no, Rainbow Fright is out.
All right, I know they're gonna
I hope-
recommend.
hope
they're
you
gonna
guys have
recommend
your
Greasy
movie.
Strangler too. They're gonna recommend it again. One of these two guys.
I recommend what?
Greasy Strangler too.
Come
All
on,
right.
LD. Come on,
Looks
LD.
like-
Give us something good. Give us something
TC.
good. Oh,
TC,
TC,
we got,
I'm sorry.
TC?
TC, give us something good.
Alright.
No, I mean, obviously,
I hope so.
nothing I have is going to be anything like Greasy Strangler, so it's definitely not gonna
No.
but I do have I have several ideas. So I'm thinking of my first one. We're gonna go with, ironically enough, I'm wearing a wrestling shirt. It's gonna be a wrestling theme.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be 1986's Body Slam and 1991's Suburban Commando.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Suburban Commando. I remember that film.
The first
Wow.
one, the first one's on Tubi, I believe. Suburban, I believe, is on YouTube. Is the only way. If it's not available all of a sudden, I'll switch it up. But it was there last time that I checked recently. So.
What was the second movie again? I'm sorry.
Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando. Okay.
Yeah. Gonna wrestle
Suburban
with a little
Commando
comedy.
and Body Slam. Is that what you said?
Body Slam. Yeah.
Okay.
Wrestle with a little comedy.
If you want to do wrestlers, you could have done They Live and maybe Predator. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, but I was
Great.
going with a comedy thing. So.
Or Hell was it Hell Comes to Frogtown? Or was it Hell
Yeah,
Goes to
yeah.
Frogtown?
Hell Comes
That's
to
a good
Frogtown.
one too.
You could also
No,
do
yeah,
Doom.
yeah, no, those crossed my mind, but I was going for like I guess I figured to go like a funny, like a comedy kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that's why I chose.
No, I have seen Suburban Commando, but I haven't seen Body Slam yet, so that's gonna
Body
be
Slam.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Suburban Commando in the theater.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never even
Wow.
heard of either one of them.
No, I think these are great choices
Mhm.
because
Oh.
they're not Predator, they're not They Live, and I think
Yeah. That's why I tried to go a little bit. I wasn't gonna go Mr. Nanny on you. I wasn't gonna do that, but
Mr. Nanny was good.
no, I was gonna do that.
Kingo, I think he's talking about my movie, not another headless movie. I think you're talking about.
Yeah, I know the headless that you're talking about. That I love the
But,
poster art for that one.
But great choices.
Tony Man,
TC.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He says great choices. Yeah.
These aren't
Dice
horror,
Rollin
right?
is in the house. What's up,
What's
Dice?
up, Dice? What's
Oh,
up?
and congratulations on your anniversary. Dice Rollin is celebrating 9 years on YouTube.
9
Wow.
years.
Congrats.
Nice.
Paul says, I peeped the Chaos Spear in the beginning of the movie.
That's right. That's it. It's there.
And Tony Man
I
says,
saw it too.
lady, don't besmirch Body Slam. It's awesome. Okay.
Oh damn!
Well, actually, Roddy Piper is in that one too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
in
one of the
that
main
one?
guys. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of
That was-
there's definitely a couple of famous wrestlers in there. Yeah.
All right.
That was my sister's favorite wrestler when we were kids. There was one wrestler. I wish I could remember his name. You guys will probably tell me. The wrestler that used to always come out and give his sunglasses to a kid.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
Yes. We
Yeah.
went to see wrestling at the Harvard Civic Center, and one time he gave his sunglasses to my sister. And
Oh,
by the way, I
wow.
still have.
You still have
Let
him?
me see. Not the sunglasses, but I do have. If I
Okay.
can get it off the wall.
Hey,
And everything falls down.
DC, Suburban Commando is not on Tubi.
No, Suburban's on YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
It's free. It's free with ads. When I found it, it was free with ads, and that was just recently. So if they took it off, let me know. I'll double check, and I'll swap it with something else if need be.
I still
but
have
Body Slam was on Tubi, so. Oh,
my original WWF pin
holy crap!
Oh
from
wow!
when I was a
That's
kid.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Wow,
Wow.
Yes.
nice.
And it was, it's a little bit easier for me to go to wrestling because I'm from Connecticut. So
Right.
that's the wrestling
Yeah,
headquarters.
their headquarters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Nice.
that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Did I get everyone's comment? There's a couple more comments, I think. Oh, no, I got everybody. So do we have any other orders of business? Yes, we need to plug ourselves.
Plug yourself.
There's a reason why I'm off tonight. I'll tell you guys after. I mean, aside from the putting soju in my drink, which maybe wasn't the best thing to do, but at least I feel better. we'll start with LD. Do you have some projects coming up?
Yes, I am happy to announce that I have officially launched my brand new YouTube channel. It's a channel that I'm doing with my wife. You can find it right now. It's called Madeira's Magical Adventures. It's my wife and I sharing our experiences at both the Disney parks and Universal Orlando. You can find our adventure on the brand new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. It's there in 3 parts. Part 3 will come out this Wednesday. And so, yeah, I'm happy to announce our new channel.
Very, very nice. And Julian, what's up?
As you can see right down here, I started a blog on Substack. I'm just going to be, writing sometimes reviews, sometimes personal stuff. I'm going to want to steer it to doing some creative stuff also, but that's a little bit down the line once I get a little comfortable with the format. But you can find that at darkmattercampfire.substack.com.
Very cool. I'm going to bounce back and forth. TC, what you got coming up?
Not much. I don't have a channel.
Okay, so your next thing will be with us. You will be with us.
Yeah.
The next
I'll be with you guys,
broadcast.
yeah.
Rainbow Fright, what you got coming up?
I actually just released yesterday my latest video, which is a list of top 10 horror films directed by women from 2000 to 2022. So you can check that out. And then soon I'll also be releasing my latest patron request, which is a movie review of Death Proof. And you can also find me on Instagram at DeRayRay, as well as on Letterboxd as Rainbow Fright, one word, and on TikTok as _Rainbow Fright. So follow me there, and as well as on YouTube, which is just also one word, Rainbow Fright.
Nice. I've seen Death Proof 27 times. Don't ask me why. I just
it's so good.
There's just
I'm
something,
so excited.
there's something about it.
Yes, it's so good.
Okay, Jose, what you got coming up?
Not much. I released a video about 4 days ago where I basically said I'm done with YouTube.
Yeah.
I am exhausted. I almost deleted the whole channel, to be honest. But I love the panels so much, and I love hanging out with. I mean, this is honestly my favorite thing to do. This is my only social life at the moment. So I was like, I want to just focus on panels. So I'm only doing panel shows going forward. That's basically where I'm at. Hosting the panel shows. Obviously, I'll be hosting TC's because he doesn't have a channel, so it'll be over on my channel. Sometime next month, whenever we schedule it. That's it for now. I'm just doing panels and just hanging out on YouTube. The content well has dried up, and honestly, it is a weight lifted off my shoulders. An incredible weight. I just finished the second draft of a script for my new film, and I'm submitting that to the producers tonight. And things are moving forward, and I just shifting focus. But I love the panels so much, and I didn't want to stop those. So that's where I'm at. My channel's sort of not a channel anymore. It's just kind of a hangout platform at the moment.
That might be a blessing in disguise. You never know if that, because I feel like we have so much fun doing this. Like, this is good for my mental health, honestly.
This is a blast for me. It really is.
I agree.
Yeah, but I definitely get where you're coming from with the disillusionment with YouTube. We could have a long conversation, discussion about a lot of BS that's happening, but
man.
I don't want to bring down the momentum of the program. Before we go, I want to shout out also Horror Deconstruction, who just popped in. They have a great podcast where they talk about horror movies. Sometimes they do a little bit of sci-fi and thriller too, but it's really, really well done. And their videos, they range from anywhere from 15 minutes to 40 minutes. They just give the topic however long they need to discuss it. And I like that. And Dice says, exhausted with YouTube? How can anyone be exhausted with a flawless platform such as this? I love how that's dripping with sarcasm.
Sarcasm and misery at the same time.
Yes. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. When I play the outro, stay on the screen for a while for me, guys. All right, so we will switch to that scene and
Bye, everybody.
do like this. Have a good night. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank the panel.
Bye-bye.
I really appreciate y'all.
Good night,
It's
everyone.
everything.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Somebody's pouring a drink.
Hey. Turn it